Don't lose your bearings, don't lose your sense of groundedness, don't lose your friends who were with you when the times were not so good. The journey of an entrepreneur is never going to be easy. But then, as we say in finance, there is no reward if there is no risk. So you have to be able to take risk. Believe in yourself. If you believe in yourself, you think that you can do it. 25 crores of revenue, maybe you get a roster of 100,000 customers, maybe you're profitable, which is rare, but if you're profitable, venture capital money is coming, it tends to go to your head. So even if you're flying very high, you need to keep your feet firmly planted on the ground.
Hi, welcome back to the episode 3 of COOLS Guru. Center for Online Study is back with another guru, Mr. Sanjay Yashroy. A vast experience not only in the education, but government jobs, industries across the world, and now he is with us. He's an educationist. He has traveled a long journey with a government job in Indian revenue system, then to the London with a vast variety of experience. Welcome back with the Geo corporate project and tried his hand over the entrepreneurship. So let's learn today more on every area and learn from experience of Mr. Sanjay Yashroy. Welcome, sir, to the episode 3. I am Professor Monika Mittal, and today we are going to have a chit chat which will lead to share a lot of experience with the youngsters who are trying their hands during the transition of the career and also in the entrepreneurship. Because Modi ji is carrying a big flag to make entrepreneurs. So let's go with an agenda. So sir, please share your experience as an entrepreneur, as an educationist.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here. Life is a journey.
I agree.
And actually there is no destination. You just go with the flow. And my life has taken a few twists and turns. There was a time when I thought that I could not make up my mind what I want to do. But today, as I sit here speaking with you and hopefully sharing my experiences with young people who will take the country forward, I just need to tell them that just go with the flow.
Right.
So I started off, like you rightly said, I was in the Indian Revenue Service, 1993 batch, didn't like it. Government service obviously requires a very different kind of attitude, it's a different mindset, shall we put it this way. Then I went to London Business School, got an MBA from there. This is 98-2000. Everything is .com in those days.
Right.
We had the .com boom. So we even had a company called .com. So the height of the internet boom, and it was closely followed by the bust of the internet models. So I lived through the ups and downs, came back to India, worked in a variety of corporates, largely chasing money, I must confess. Largely chasing money. लक्ष्मी जी को भी तो
लक्ष्मी जी की भी जरूरत है सबको.
उनकी भी बहुत जरूरत है, उनके बिना बहुत चीजें नहीं हो पाती हैं. तो then after a series of jobs, your basic responsibilities are taken care of, and you think that you have reached that point in life where you can take the plunge. And starting your entrepreneurial journey, even if it is the smallest startup in the world, requires you to jump on the deep side of the pool. No amount of theory that we teach in class, no amount of experiences that you hear other people sharing with you will prepare you for your journey, because every journey is unique.
Right.
So I jumped into the deep side of the pool, and then I realized that I could swim. The journey seemed to be very exciting. As you mentioned, Modi ji was talking about Startup India, Digital India that time. This is 2015. We thought that we could do it as well. And again, those thoughts of multi-million dollars started coming into my mind. We are going to create the next unicorn. But then you aspire to create a unicorn. If you do not even aspire to create a unicorn, you'll never get there anyway. So the entrepreneurial journey was short. Normally people have a lot of agony and then there is ecstasy. In my case, the ecstasy happened first and the agony came much later. Eventually, it's a sad story. It could not take off. Eventually, the company had to be shut down. And I was now at crossroads, utterly confused, didn't know what to do, didn't want to go back to a 9 to 9 job because there's no 9 to 5 jobs. All jobs are 9 to 9. Didn't want to go back to a 9 to 9 job. So one good friend, he and I were in school together. Don't ask me when, but many, many years back. So he said, why don't you teach? And he introduced me to a friend of his who was teaching at a leading university, leading business school. And that's how my teaching journey started about 4 years back.
Okay.
And now today I can share with you that this is my calling. This is what gives me a sense of purpose. This is what is immensely satisfying. And now I think I can focus on those 6 dimensions of growth and not just money. So that's where I am today.
So the message for the youngsters is there is no destiny. Just move on. Don't chase the money. Keep your goal focused. And what Abdul Kalam ji said, see dreams with open eyes. And that is what Sanjay Yashroy ji did. So my next question to you is, can you give 3 tips to the young entrepreneurs so that they don't go into the depression if they fail?
The journey of an entrepreneur is never going to be easy. But then, as we say in finance, there is no reward if there is no risk. So you have to be able to take risks. Believe in yourself. If you believe in yourself, you think that you can do it, you will be able to do it. Right? So first is self-belief. Second is you will attain some success. Maybe you get 25 crores of revenue. Maybe you get a roster of 100,000 customers. Maybe you're profitable, which is rare, but if you're profitable, venture capital money is coming. It tends to go to your head. So even if you're flying very high, you need to keep your feet firmly planted on the ground. Don't lose your bearings. Don't lose your sense of groundedness. Don't lose your friends who were with you when the times were not so good. Don't forget them. And the third thing is, whenever you are establishing an entrepreneurial venture, resist the temptation of going only after valuations, because that is not real value creation. Go after profitable growth. There are a lot of companies, I don't want to name them in a public forum, who are valued at 10, 20, 30 billion dollars without a rupee or without a dollar in profit. That is not the model. The model is that if you have profitable growth, only then you can attain all your objectives with which you started the journey in the first place. That is what I can share offhand straight away.
So, sir, as an entrepreneur, as in the PGDM Online, we have 70% of the people who are with experience. They are working, but they still have some in the corner of their heart. If I could have been an entrepreneur, I had been my own boss. Because you go to the office in the morning and you have same kind of monotonous challenges, looking at the boss and then, oh shit, today again. So what is your tips to them? Should they start their entrepreneurship mind and fulfill their passions with their work? Or should they leave their job and then start it?
You cannot continue with your job and be an entrepreneur. Let's be very clear. It is a full-time commitment. It is almost like giving birth to a baby and bringing up a baby. It's a full-time commitment. So if you do not have the ability to take that risk, don't do it. Continue with your job. Maybe you can change your job. Maybe you can upskill yourself to get a better job, better paying job. But an entrepreneurial journey is not for the faint-hearted. And you cannot mitigate your risk by also doing a job on the side. Entrepreneurship is not moonlighting, right? But talking specifically about the people who already have a lot of experience, I think it would be wonderful if they accepted the fact that today we live in a very, very dynamic world.
Right.
Things are just changing too rapidly. At times we feel very, very confused, beset by dilemma, uncertain, what's going to happen. Suddenly you have artificial intelligence, you have ChatGPT, and there is this fear, and not without any basis. A lot of jobs will be lost. But if jobs are going to be lost, there are also jobs that are going to be created.
Right.
So for you, For anyone who wants to progress, let's say in the career journey, in the professional journey, you need to keep upskilling yourself.
Right.
So suddenly that education, that you have a degree, you get a job, get married, have kids, be settled, that thing settled has gone out of our lives. Right. You need to be unsettled all your life as far as growth is concerned, and keep reskilling yourself, keep redeveloping yourself, keep learning new things. My late grandfather, before he passed away, actually started using a mobile phone, and he could play a game on that mobile phone. My aunt is doing it. She is 80 years old. She orders food on Swiggy. She says, no problem at all. She's now learned to use a UPI also, so she can make payments. This is constant learning. Learning is, again, like I said in the earlier part of our conversation, there is no end to learning. It has to be lifelong. That's the time we live in.
So the message here is, be a lifelong learner. Never stop it. Even you are getting crores of salary in your hand, the things are becoming obsolete because it's a dynamic world. So the last question to you. We spoke more about entrepreneurship, etc. But there is something of life balance which is needed. So when you are working, there are a lot of jumps. People with cardio should not try entrepreneurship at all. Otherwise, they will faint on the same day. Don't take that risk. So 2 tips for a working professional or entrepreneurship to have a life balance.
I wish everything could be prescribed so easily. 2 tips, 3 tips, 5 tips. And there are a lot of books actually that are written 10 things to do. Life is a lot more complicated. But it's a very valid question, and if you take the jest out of it, it's a very serious question. We said entrepreneurship is not for the faint-hearted. You still need to take risk. You need to put your own money. We call it that you have to have your own skin in the game. But if there are a couple of things that I can share with you, one is that you have to focus on what as people we deserve, which is multidimensional growth. So if you look at this table has 6 feet. 6 feet all have to be exactly the same size. If one of them is longer than the others, the table will not be stable.
True.
So if we focus only on monetary growth or financial growth for ourselves, there will be elements of instability in our lives.
True.
So what I tend to share with a lot of students, with a lot of young people, many don't understand, but some of them still do, is that you have to focus simultaneously on all the 6 legs of the table, which is physical growth. Your physical body, you have to take care of it. Your mental growth, your spiritual growth, your intellectual growth, your financial growth, and your emotional growth. So you have to focus simultaneously. There are signals that you will receive, and I'm not making it very philosophical. There are signals that you will receive, even as part of your entrepreneurial journey, which will tend to give you a message that you need to recalibrate. You need to refocus. So focus on these 6 things. Chase your dreams, chase the money. You want to chase $1 billion? Absolutely fine. Perfectly fine. Because otherwise you will have the regret of not even chasing it.
Right.
Without chasing it, you're not going to get it anyway. Right? So go fulfill your dreams, realize your dreams, but eventually focus on yourself and all the 6 dimensions simultaneously.
So the message is, focus on all 6 dimensions. Being happy is the message. When you are happy and healthy, you can chase everything in this world which is available. Be focused, be happy. Thank you so much, Sanjay sir, for being part of this cool episode. And I hope we are going to get more with such a kind of experienced people which give you a real life learning which are not there in the books. Do visit COOLS YouTube channel and keep watching us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.